Hello sweet soul and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ina and today we're going to focus on our hips and our heart in a slow flow. We will start our recovery in child's pose. So bring your toes together, your knees as close together or far apart as feels good. Sinking your hips to your heels, melting your heart and your forehead on the floor. Your palms are touching the ground. And maybe find some more space in your upper body by walking your hands further to the top of your mat while keeping your hips low. Connect with your breath here, sealing your lips, deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Deep inhale. And on your exhale, walking your hands over to the right side. Finding a nice side stretch in your left side body, grounding your hips evenly towards the floor, and maybe placing your left hand on top of the right to find a little more space. On your next exhale, return to center. Inhale, rest here. Exhale, move your hands over to the left side, finding your variation and a nice side stretch in your right side body. Keep breathing deeply. Maybe finding some intuitive movement. And on your next exhale, returning to center for one deep breath here. Start incorporating some spinal rolls here. Starting slowly in your child's pose, working your way up into your tabletop position. Moving slowly, intentionally, and flowing with your breath. Accentuating every single part of your spine, every vertebrae, every muscle. Enjoy this movement and take it slow. Find your tabletop position, pull your navel to your spine, making sure that you're pressing your hands into the floor. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, thread the needle, finding your variation. Maybe pulling your right hips a little further to the right to deepen the twist. Keep breathing. Inhale, right hand back up. Exhale, return to center. Coming onto your right hand and onto your right knee. Maybe slightly tilting out your right foot behind you off your mat. Extending your left leg so that it's aligned with the bottom of your mat and with your hips. Lifting your left hand up and maybe over, palm facing down, finding a gentle side stretch here. On your next exhale, return back to your tabletop position. Inhale, left hand all the way up. Exhale, thread the needle. Finding once more your variation. Maybe pulling your left hip a little further to your left, pulling your navel to your spine. Getting ready. Inhale, left hand all the way up. Exhale, return to center. And now tilting out your left foot behind you, finding again your side stretch on your right side body. Your left hand and your left knee are pressing into the floor. You're creating one long line from your right fingertips to the outside edge of your right foot. Exhale, return back to your tabletop. And now move intuitively, drawing circles or incorporating any movement that feels good in your body right now. Allow yourself to listen. Creating any shapes that feel good. Maybe extending your rolls. staying connected with your breath, staying grounded to the floor. Making sure that your knees stay below your hips, extending your arms towards the top of your mat and melting your heart space down to the floor, finding your puppy pose. Coming onto your forehead or maybe onto your chin, whatever your body allows today. Deep breath here. On your next inhale, one vertebra at a time, rolling forwards, keeping your elbows where they are, into your Sphinx pose. Pressing the palms of your hand into the floor. Your elbows are pressing into the floor as well. Shoulders back and down, lifting up through your heart space and the crown of your head. Deep inhale. And on your exhale, melting down all the way to the floor. Bringing your right arm into a cactus shape. So bending it 90 degrees at your elbow. Maybe staying here if that is enough. Or coming onto your left fingertips, bringing your left toes up and behind you, bending your knee, and deepening the stretch by pressing your left hand further into the floor and opening up your heart space to your left. Deep breaths here. Keep pulling the navel to your spine. Relaxing the right side of your head on the floor and surrendering to your pose. Allow the tension to release, gently release, coming onto your fingertips and threading your right hand below the left. The right palms facing up, and try to keep your shoulders evenly towards the floor. If you want more, bringing your left hand all the way to the right, palm facing up, finding a deep shoulder stretch here. Maybe you can rest your forehead on the floor. Never forcing anything, just enjoying the stretch as your body allows today, not including judgment into any pose. Slowly coming back up. And now let's find the cactus stretch on the left side body, finding your variation to open up your heart space and to stretch into your shoulders, reversing your office back and improving your posture here. Slowly returning back to center, once more coming onto your fingertips, and then bringing your left hand below your right shoulder. Finding the shoulder stretch on the other side. Maybe again bringing your right hand over to your left side. Both palms are facing up, resting your forehead on the floor. Lengthening your neck, elongating your spine. Finding peace. And releasing any stress you're holding on to right now. Gently returning back to center, coming onto your fingertips and enjoying a few intuitive cobra, intimidation style. Inhale, roll up, shoulders back and down. Exhale, melt back down. Let's repeat this a few times, accentuating every single vertebrae. On your next inhale, coming through your upward facing dog, shoulders back and down, lifting from your heart space, your spine is long, your glutes are engaged. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walking out your dog, bending one knee at a time. Your feet can be hip width apart or toes can be touching, whatever feels better in your body today. Making sure to press your hands into the floor and your sacrum is pulling up to the sky. Inhale, lift your right leg all the way up. Exhale, knee to nose, step in between your hands. Lower your left knee to the floor, untuck your toes. Maybe placing your hands on your knees, shoulders back and down. Your glutes are engaged, your pelvis is tucked, your core is engaged. Finding length in your body. Deep inhale, and on your exhale, bringing your right hand onto the floor, left hand up and over, another side stretch. Trying to ground through both of your hips evenly here. Switching sides, inhale, exhale, left hand down, right hand up and over. Breathing into your right side here. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, inviting your first half split. Your right knee can stay bent, making sure to flex your front foot and keeping your hips even. Lengthening your back. Deep breaths here. Maybe finding some micro movement, shifting your hips from left to right without sacrificing your good alignment. If it feels right, finding a forward fold here. Inhale, returning back to your low lunge. Bringing now both hands to the inside of your right leg, heel-toeing your right foot to the outside edge of your mat. Your toes are further away from your body than your heels. Coming into an intuitive lizard movement. Maybe shifting your hips from left to right. If your body allows, or if it feels right, maybe coming onto your forearms, deepening the stretch. If you would like, feel free to include a little twist here, bringing your right hand up and over wherever you are, bending your left leg and grabbing onto your toes. Slowly release, returning back to your low lunge. Now tucking your left toes, lifting your knee up. Maybe shifting forwards and backwards in your high lunge, and whenever you're ready, straightening through both legs. Intuitive movement is as always welcome. Finding more space in both legs and your back. And now shifting over to the left side of your mat, finding a wide-legged forward fold. Making sure that your toes are closer towards the center of your body than your heels are. And allowing yourself to just hang. Maybe you can place your forearms on the floor or come onto your fingertips, finding any movement that feels good right now. Maybe a couple of modified halfway lifts here. And then continue moving over to the back end of your mat. Returning to your low lunge, untucking your right toes, your left leg is forwards. Maybe shifting from left to right, finding some more deep stretches here. Making sure your glutes are engaged. Shoulders back and down, maybe placing your hands again on your hips are tucked, your core is engaged. Inhale, hands all the way up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up and over. Side stretch in your right side body. Grounding your hips. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, right hand goes down, left hand goes up. Deep inhale, return to center, and exhale, shift into your half split. Making sure your hips are square. Maybe inviting some intuitive movement here. Your knee can stay bent, making sure your front foot is flexed. Finding length through your body and potentially inviting another forward fold. Staying connected with your breath. On your next inhale, shift back forwards, bringing both hands on the inside of your left leg, heel-toeing your left foot out, the toes further than the heels, and shifting from left to right into your intuitive lizard. Keeping your back elongated. If you enjoyed coming onto your forearms, feel free to come back to that. Breathing through the discomfort, opening up your hips, but always respecting your current stage. Including your twist here, grabbing with your left hand to the right toes, engaging your glutes, pulling your navel to your spine and opening up to your left side. Gently release, returning back to center, tucking your right foot, lifting your right knee, and again shifting forwards and backwards in your high lunge. Straightening your back if possible. Bringing your left hand back to the outside of your left foot, straightening through both legs, and finding another pyramid variation. Keep breathing here. Maybe opening and closing your hips, whatever feels good to open up your lower body. Returning through your three-legged downward facing dog with your left leg up, and exhale, return to your downward facing dog. Walking out your dog a little more, opening up those hamstrings. And now walk your hands a little closer towards your feet and bring your feet more than hip width apart. We will invite a couple twisted downward facing dogs. On your next exhale, bringing your right hand on the outside edge of your left ankle, keeping your hips even. Return back to center. Now your left hand grabs onto the outside edge of your right foot. Looking below your right armpit. Return back to center. Inhale, right leg all the way up. Exhale, bend your knee. Now drawing circles or doing anything that feels good to open up your hips here, getting into those groins. Maybe finding stillness. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, finding your pigeon pose. If this is not accessible, feel free to come onto your back and find figure 4. Your right knee is in one line with your right hip. Your hips are square towards the floor. Maybe tucking your left foot to help even out your hips, engaging your glutes. And now lift from your heart space, getting deep into your hips. If it feels right, maybe you want to come down onto your forearms, finding your sleeping pigeon. Or maybe you want to rest your head on your hands. Deep breaths here. Gently lift back up. Now bringing your right knee closer to the center of your mat, swinging your left leg around, stacking your knees as far as you can on top of each other, or finding a cross-legged seat. Enjoying your cow face pose. You can massage your feet here, getting in between your toes. Your hips are evenly on the floor. Maybe you want to bend your left arm behind you, bringing your right hand up and over, also bending that arm, and finding another shoulder stretch. Full cow face pose. Or you want to invite a forward fold, getting really deep into those outer hips. Listening to your body and not forcing anything. Slowly come back up. Now bringing your right hand behind you, your left hand forwards, turning around to your right, finding another deep forward fold. And then keep turning to your right, stacking your legs once more on top of each other. Now your right leg is on top of the left. Finding your cow face pose on the other side and wiggling around as much as you feel like before finding your stillness. Inviting whichever variation you preferred. You can again massage the bottom of your feet. Or find another shoulder stretch here, bringing your left hand up and over, bending your right hand. Maybe you can clasp them inwards and lifting up from your heart space. Keep breathing deeply. If desired, find another forward fold here. Deep breaths. And try to melt a little further into your pose. If you need props or a more gentle variation, please choose that. Slowly coming back up and finding pigeon on your left side. Your left knee is aligned with your left hip. Maybe your right foot is tucked to find the correct alignment. Engaging your right glutes. Shoulders back and down. Deep inhale, finding length. Deep exhale, let it go. Stay here, maybe shift from left to right, enjoying a few small movements. Or coming onto your forearms, or into your full sleeping pigeon. We are all aiming for the same stretch. There is no right or wrong or better variation, so just enjoy where you are and embrace the journey. Slowly coming back up, placing your hands shoulder width apart. Pressing yourself back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your left foot. Exhale, bend the knee. Continue opening up your right hamstring this time. Or drawing circles and get into your groins. Pressing evenly into the floor with your hands and returning to your downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, spin into your knees, step, hop, or jump into your malasana, pressing your elbows into your inner thighs and your palms into each other. Shoulders back and down, open your heart. Stay here or find a couple more side stretches, bringing your right hand on the floor, left hand up and over, grounding through your hips. Exchanging sides, left hand goes down, right hand goes up. And then returning into your malasana, clasping your hands together, finding a little pistol grip. Maybe you want to fold forwards in your malasana, finding any movement or poses that feel good here. And whenever you're ready, coming onto your bottom, finding an L seat, and maybe a forward fold if desired. Your feet can touch or be more than hip width apart depending on what you need today. Folding forwards however feels good. Maybe you want to grab onto your feet. Surrendering your upper body onto your legs. Slowly roll upwards. And let's open more through the hips, coming into your wide-legged seat. Allowing yourself to wiggle around to find the position that feels best in your body today. flexing or pointing your toes. Maybe you want to sit up straight. Maybe you want to bring your fingers in front of you and shift forwards and backwards with your hips. Really tune into what your body wants today. Maybe you want to include another side stretch, bringing your right hand or maybe even the elbow onto the floor, lifting your left hand up and over. Same thing on the other side. Left hand goes down and away from you. Right hand up and over. Returning back to center. Finding another side stretch or maybe a deeper variation. Snuggling your right shoulder on your inner thigh, grabbing with your left hand onto your right toes. Breathe into your sides here. Returning back to center. Same thing on the other side. Opening up your sides. Returning back to center, staying upward or starting to come onto your forearms or lowering down in any way that feels good. If you want, you can always work with blocks and sit on a block while you do this. Breathing through the discomfort here. If there's pain, stop. If there's discomfort, breathe. Slowly coming back up. Swing one of your legs around, bringing the soles of your feet together, finding your butterfly. Maybe moving a little from left to right or finding stillness. Placing your right hand on the belly, the left hand on your heart. Closing your eyes if you feel safe or enjoying watching the sky. Connecting with your normal breath here. Noticing how you feel now compared to when you started practice. Bringing your feet towards the outside edges of your mat and dropping your knees to the right and the left. Back to the right and the left. Enjoying a couple of twists here. You can always hug your knees into your chest as well, giving yourself a love-filled self-hug. Maybe you want to stretch your legs up to the sky once more. And whenever you feel ready, coming into your Shavasana. Taking up as much space as you want. And just rest. Whenever you feel ready, start wiggling your fingers and your toes, gently waking your body back up. Maybe rolling out your wrists and your ankles, shifting your head from left to right, and then extending all the way up into a full body yawn, making yourself as long as you can for one deep breath. Bending in both knees, choose your favorite side to roll onto today, and finding your fetus pose. May you feel refreshed and relaxed, open and loved. If you want, you can keep your eyes closed, coming into a seated position of your choice. Deep inhale, lifting your hands all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale, bring your thumbs to your third eye, the space in between your eyebrows. May you have thoughts of wisdom and clarity. Lowering your thumbs to your lips. May you speak words of kindness and truth. And lowering your thumbs to your heart space. May you feel and give the love that you truly are and the love that you truly deserve. The love and light in me. See and honor the love and light in you. Loka, Samasta, Sukhino, Bhavantu. May all beings be free and at peace. Thank you. If you feel inspired to continue your mindfulness journey, please follow this desire of prioritizing the time you're creating for yourself and join me on your mats for more yoga, meditation, breath work, or travel yoga vlogs.